So with the play-in games happening as we speak, well, actually, no, it's finished. So we're going to know who our opponents is for the Pistons. But anyway, with the play-in games done and with the playoffs officially starting tomorrow, I just want to go down memory lane with the beautiful season that the Pistons have blessed us with. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens, this season is a success. Going from a 28-game losing streak to the next season winning 44 games, clinching a playoff spot, to now having 60 wins, clinching the number 1 seed, couldn't ask for a better turnaround. But now for this video, I'm going to tell you guys my top 10 most memorable games for me. Not the Pistons' best games, but the most memorable. So without further ado, let's get into it. At number 10, we got Pistons versus Cavs, February 27th. I do believe this was the 4th encounter or the 3rd, I'm not too sure. But this was the game where the Cavs had no James Harden and no Spider, but the game still went down to the wire. Towards the end of the 4th, Cade fouled out. In the first minute of OT, Duncan Robinson also fouled out. So we was able to see how Jenkins or Sasser can handle themselves under the pressure. And as a team, we still got the W. Also, this is the game where the buzzer was broken and was going off for 20 minutes straight. And of course, this was the game that I went to. So yeah, that was fun. At number 9, we got Pistons versus Celtics. And I got this game on here simply because of Tobias Harris handling business. He put up 25 points and he showed us that he still got gas in the tank. Literally all gas, no break. And I truly cannot wait to see how his vet presence and his leadership on the floor pan out in the playoffs this year. Moving on to number 8, we got Pistons versus Pelicans. And in this game, we had no Cade, no Duncan, and no Stu. So why do I got this up here? Simply because of Kevin freaking Huerter. This was his first start of the season and that man delivered. And I strongly believe that this is the game where he was 100% comfortable with the team. No more of that feeling like an outsider or finding his footing. Also, this is the game where he found his 3-ball and shut down all the doubters talking about we were losers at the trade deadline for picking him up. Red Skull finished the game with 22 points, 9 of 14 from the field and 4 of 7 from downtown. At number 7, we got a classic in my book. Pistons versus Pacers. Jalen Duren always impresses me, and this was an all-around good game. This was the 10th win in our 13-game winning streak. We had no Cade, and Jenkins showed up yet again. Duren ended with 31 points, 15 rebounds, and those 31 points was on 12 of 13 shooting. This man is a fucking monster. At number 6, we got the overtime loss to OKC. Mind you, we had no starters besides Asar, and our bench was hungry. Ron Holland, Jenkins, Huerter, and even LeVert, they showed up to play, and we pushed the number 1 team to OT with no starters. This bench, I can't even express, bro. This bench surprises me every time. But let's continue. All right, now we're entering top 5, and we got Pistons versus Wizards, where Cade suffered his collapsed lung. When this happened, a lot of casual thought our season was over. So did the ESPN and several other news panels. And after this game, the Pistons went on an 8-2 run, 9-2 if you count this game when Cade went to the bench. But either way, the boys showed up and kept us at the number 1 seed. Coming in at number 4, it was hard to just choose one of these encounters, but on the season we 3-0'd the Knicks in a very, very dominant way, proving to themselves and the Knicks that this is not the same team that got bounced in the first round last season. And the Pistons back it up by keeping the Knicks under 100 points and keeping the number 1 seed. I'm telling you, them Knicks and them Knicks fans better stop doubting us, because the playoffs about to be a different story and a different look. Strap in, boys, because we are entering top 3. For the 3rd spot, I got the overtime win over the Wizards with Jenkins hitting the big time 3 to send it into overtime. When I tell you the arena was electric, boy, it was insane. The Wizards thought shit was sweet because we was down Asar, Tobias, and Stu. And I do think this is the game where the outsiders stopped sleeping on Jenkins. This is also the game where Cade got a little bit of criticism, just a little bit, because he had 45 points on 14 of 45 shots. Us diehard fans didn't care, because we had faith behind every single one of them shots. But in the end, we still got the dub, so who cares? Now that leaves us with number 2, and we got Jenkins' big time performance versus the Lakers. Now, this is the Lakers that was still being looked at as contenders. They had a healthy AR, Luka, and Bron, and everyone doubted that we would win. And it's fair for them to think like that because this was during Cade's absence with the collapsed lung, but they forgot that we are the dog pound Pistons. Jenkins put up 30 points and never looked back. That boy is going to be a star, a big time star in this league. You just wait. And at number one, you guys should have seen this coming. We got the Hornets brawl in Charlotte. This was an amazing and hilarious game all around. JD and Diabate were throwing words at each other that then escalated to them throwing hands at each other. The woman beater acting tough until Stu came off the bench and put him in a headlock. You can't make this shit up, bro. Stu getting ejected, JD getting ejected, Bridges, Diabate, even the coach got ejected. Like, this shit was hilarious. But the standout performance was obviously B-Ball Paul coming to save the day after Stu and JD got suspended. He was literally poetry in motion, just showing everybody how deep the Pistons bench actually is. And after all that, we still got the W. If you found this video entertaining or informative, please hit the like button and the subscribe button for more videos just like this. And until the Pistons' first playoff game, which is this Sunday, I'll see you guys next time.